Hello everyone, this is Jason, and I want to make a guide on how to non-school Dharok. And first off, to will Dharoks, you will need 70 strength, 70 attack, and 70 defense. Now, I like to non-school Dharok because, as you guys can see, I'm not particularly, I'm not rich or anything. So this is a good way to kind of learn how to DH, how to learn how to axe, and learn how to do a lot of other things before you go into non-school DHing. And as you guys saw from my last 4 videos, I was doing a see how much money I could make. And as you guys saw from 5 sets, I pretty much got 19 kills and I made probably about 11 mil. So if you're good at this, it is very effective. So I want to teach you guys a lot of tips. So first off, you're gonna need, here are my stats. I'm pretty 99 attack, 99 strength, 70 defense. I'm a barrel spear, as you guys can see. Now, you guys should be at least, you guys can be like 100 combat, but it would be much better if you're at least 110 combat and have at least piety. Have at least piety or turmoil. If you're not rich, getting 70 prayers probably maybe like 5 to 10 mil. I forgot how exactly. And the vengeance is also really good. And I'm only 65 fire making, so I can only use U logs. But nowadays, with the whole bonfire, you will need a lot of. It's good to have be bonfired because it makes you hit a lot higher, and plus you have higher HP. So I'll show you how. If you already so you already know how to do all this, but I just like to take 6 out. I don't like to put them on another one because you always have that chance where it'll run out and you waste logs. So first I light 1 log, and of course I do 5 on top of it. So which means, just 1 second. And this is the fifth one. So 50 the last 54 minutes, and it's boost I think like 7 or 8%. It didn't say on here, but so sorry that, and I'll show you how to do your. Okay, so first off, I use glory, so I'm more accurate, and for my ring I use a ring of recoil, and for this I use the obby shield for extra defense. You guys can always have like dragon square if you want to risk just a little bit more and have a little bit better defense, but I also like the strength bonus it gives. Of course, the team cape for Dharoks, and for your weapon. Now, some people use a dragon scimitar, but I don't like using that just because it's, there's not much risk and you don't hit high. And a lot of people, they won't fight you if you're not, risking. And I do have maul and I do have rapier, but I don't use those either because then I would lose either my body or my axe, and it's kind of annoying having to keep going back to the Grand Exchange to buy them after you die. So I just like this way because I can have a set of Dharoks and I can have like 5 or 6 whips in my bank. So then if I die, I can just run and get this, and then I don't have to go to the Grand Exchange and do all of that stuff. And then of course for my inventory, I have my Ceradomin Brew, a Restore Potion. You can use Super Restore, but I just don't, because it's not really worth the 10k or whatever. Of course, attack and strength, 2 prayer potions. You can just use 1 because I don't pray when I only have this pray on when I go out there. And then of course vengeance, teleport to house, food, of course your axe, and a spec weapon. I use dragon dagger. You guys can use whatever weapons you guys want. You guys can use claws or AGS if you want to risk a little bit more. Okay, so now I'm going to go outside into the wilderness, get into a few fights, and give you some tips on how exactly it's good. Hello, so the first thing I'm going to do is have a walkthrough of a fight, just show you what I'm doing during the fight and all that kind of stuff. So of course, when you first get a fight, of course you use Cerebrew, Restore, attack and strength. And just make sure your prayer points is high enough. Then just put on the rest of your prayers. And then the person up there with fire cape is the person I'm fighting. And these people are just talking shit because a lot of DHers that school, if you don't school and they ask you, you're like, no, I don't school, then they just start talking shit. And I forgot the Berserker Pray, just make sure to always put that on. For this fight, I just forgot. And I'm mage praying because I don't like crossies. I only fight them if I'm really desperate for a fight. Person soul splitting, I don't really like soul split, but it's whatever. So because of course I'm DHing. If you DH if you soul spit while you're DHing is very stupid. And the first thing I do with fights is I just use all of my specs, and that's kind of for two reasons. First off, like I have gotten a lot of like kills. Okay, now I put the Berserker Proud, but so sometimes you get um sometimes you might get a lucky KO but a lot of times it's just I like relying mostly on the axe, to kill them. So I just rather use all my specs, poison them, maybe have them eat a couple of their food. And then at this stage, so now I finally ate, and of course you have to eat one food or just drop one, which I like to just wait for them to hit me down a little bit. And at this point, so she avenged, so now I'm kind of waiting for me to be lower HP. See, I put axe on, and I was like, oh shit, I put whip back on, and so hopefully I wouldn't, get killed. Of course I wouldn't let them talking shit, but that's whatever. They're stupid. And that was stupid of me to axe there. And I mean, that was because I avenged, so I was hoping she would have hit me, and then I would have axed and got the good KO. Because sometimes it's really vengeance, which I'll talk about later, is a really good way to kill people. And of course, I have to make sure I have my kit back on. And I'm avenging, so I'm 491 HP, so I'm hoping she would have hit me. And then, I would have been about 300 life points or so. She would have been a little bit lower. And right there, see, a lot of times it's good to risk it, but at that point, no. It is not good to risk it at that point, because you really do not, like when you're 113 life points, I mean, if you're like 300 life points, yeah, risk it, but sometimes no. Not good at all. And just making small talk. I didn't hear what those two were arguing about, so I thought they were talking about something else. But yeah. So now me, I axed 2 times in a row right here, which I really shouldn't have. No, I mean, you can do 2 times in a row. Just try not to axe over and over again, because you will get a bad reputation, because people really do hate, people that, camp axe, which is like 3 or 4 times in a row. And as you guys can see, this is kind of like a, it's a decent loot, Part of tip 1 is, so the gear that I'm wearing right now, people in this gear right here never fight them. And the main reason why is the rapier. Now, rapiers, like when you fight rapiers when you're non-school DHing, they can hit really, really hard. No, I mean, not really hard. They hit okay, but they hit really fast. So it's really hard to get to that point where you can just, where you can axe, because it's hard to get lower HP. The most people that ever die to are rapiers. I don't have any clips of me dying to them, but I've died to them quite a bit. So this is tip 1. So I would stay away from rapiers. They can kill you really fast, and they don't risk nearly as much as you risk. So tip 1. So as many as the lower your HP is, the higher you hit with your axe. So this guy hits me to 158, and then I hit a 627 for the KO. But the clip's not over. That was only tip 2. Tip 3 is the pesty majors. So as you can see, as I'm looting, I get TB'd. I'm not sure if I actually get TB'd or not. I think it actually a message would appear. But to me, I'm TB'd, So I'm collecting my loot, and I keep my DH on, because most of these people have claws. They'll, lower you a little bit, and then so you're preparing for just straight up magic, and then they do that. Now, I honestly should have died here. I honestly should have. His second spec was horrible. But just when this happens, just keep protect mage on. I wouldn't take off your armor all the way, because if they claw you, you're gonna have absolutely no defense on, and it could kill you quite easily. But so then just forget the astrals and all that kind of stuff. All the runes. Just get the hell out of there. So I got out of there. Kept my 2 mil loot, and so that was end of tip 2. Alright, so even though vengeance can be very deadly, like if they, towards you, if they venge at the right time when your axe is going to kill you, but, but right here, as you can see, I venged it back, and I axed and killed him, because venge is really good for when they hit you, lower your HP, so, yeah. Alright, so this is pretty much the same exact thing, but a little bit smoother, a little bit of a better KO in my opinion. So There's BJ over there, of course. It's not really relevant to the clip, but say I was Venged. Bam. So it was a lot smoother. It was a lot better kill in my opinion. I really enjoyed that kill. Okay, sometimes good reaction time can do really good with kills. So the person just randomly runs up and attacks me. So right when I put my things on, I have to eat. Brings me down some. She axes, and then I axe and I get the kill, get free DH. So, those kind of situations, if you react quick enough, you can kill them, get a good loot, and which happens a lot when you DH. So, see, it was, 4.2 mil, so still really good loot, really good clip. Well, I hope you guys liked the video. I tried really hard on it. It's probably one of the best videos I've done, I think. It's not complex or anything, nowhere near as complex as other videos, but I did add a lot of stuff in this, and I got a total of like 15 clips, but I only used some of them. I just wanted a lot of clips and try to pick tips from them on things that I did. There were quite a few tips that I wanted to do, but I didn't have the clips for. So hopefully in the future, if I ever make another one, but I hope you guys learned something from this, and if no one learned anything, it's still fine. I enjoyed making this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Have a good one. See you guys next video.